Alright, hello my fine friends, and how are you all doing today? I myself am doing well, and it's a second day of insanity when BLM protesters claim in a suit that the expensive gear they're trying to buy to protect themselves is pricing them out of the fight for civil rights. It's just so stupid. Uh, yeah, if you're going to fight for civil rights, you don't need heavy, expensive equipment. Well, back in the MLK days, he did it straight. They did it without protection. They had water hoses turned on them, and it's even a joke in the Boondocks, the animated series, that the grandpa, Mr. Freeman, went to get his raincoat during the freaking civil rights movement. It's just absolutely stupid. Yeah, so in Seattle, they claim in a suit that expensive gear protect them from cops prices them out. Why? Why is this being entertained? It's absolutely idiotic. And it clearly shows that they're trying to start a fight, that this is just a big old fight for them that they want to get started. They're not protesting anything anymore. It's a clear riot. Uh, so we can get into this real quick, though. A lawsuit was filed Monday in a federal court in Seattle that claimed protesters in the cities are essentially being priced out of protesting for civil rights because the protective gear they need to keep them safe from responding police is expensive, a report on Tuesday said. Just think about that. The police are responding to them breaking people's stuff, and they're responding by trying to get all these protective gear and stuff, and now they're trying to sue for their right to riot. The Seattle Times reported that the 5 plaintiffs listed some of the items needed for protection from police munitions during these protests. The list includes boots, gloves, helmets, and gas masks. Oh, God. The lawsuit claims, according to the report, that protesters who take part in these rallies have to face the possibility of an aggressive police response because they themselves have been aggressive, and must purchase expensive equipment to be assured that they will be able to protest safely. The indiscriminate use of weapons by SPD implicates equal protection. Yes, I have such a right to destroy other people's property that I should be protected when the police come and do their job. It's not my fault that this is escalating. It's clearly the police's. The Seattle Police Department last month cleared out the Capitol Hill organized protest known as CHOP and retook the East Precinct Station House. And they had to rename that because if it wasn't the organized protest, it was the autonomous zone. And as an autonomous zone, we could have really just used military might to stomp on them. And retook the police department made dozens of arrests in the process, although most of them are going to get off on bail. Wish there was more lasting consequences to these idiots, but that's the world we live in. Our job is to support peaceful demonstrations, but what has happened on these streets over the last few weeks is lawless, and it's brutal, and bottom line, it's simply unacceptable, which is true. It's completely unacceptable that people are dying and losing their lives over such a stupid protest, because these people need to get out some sort of play out some sort of fantasy where they're the underdog, when a lot of them are just these idiots who were told all their lives that the most valuable thing they can do is bring down what they see as an unjust government, and they're not doing any of it. It's just all in their heads. Police Chief Carmen Best told reporters at the time, protest detractors see the violent clashes with police on social media and say law enforcement has every right to act, and point to the deadly shootings that occurred in and around the chop zone, which they did, which is fair, which means that these people shouldn't be gearing themselves up to take on the police. The Seattle Attorney's Office told the paper that it looked into the claims and intends to defend the city. The paper reported that the plaintiffs seek a temporary restraining order that would prohibit the use of force by city police because they want to go and be unchecked, unbalanced. They want to destroy other people's lives, which means people will get their guns to defend themselves because these people are destroying people's houses and their businesses indiscriminately. It doesn't matter what race or what part of the town you're from. As long as these people get to go wild, it doesn't matter. They just keep destroying, and people who are there to peacefully protest are letting them get away with it instead of staying home and letting the police quell the fucking rioters down. They're encouraging all this rioting because, once again, it's just a fantasy that they play out in their heads, that they think they're fighting for the little guy when they're destroying the little guy's livelihood in a lot of places. Small business owners are really one of the biggest things that we should be encouraging within the United States, and now they're having their businesses destroyed for no good reason. And they keep saying, oh, but they have insurance, but insurance doesn't pay out. Not especially with the riots and stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, you should have totally been prepared for a riot, Absolutely stupid. And it just keeps going and going and going, and there seems to be no end in sight for this, because they are the system right now. They've got the media on their side, they've got their government officials on their side, letting them go wild, and hardly anybody on the police's side in these places. But again, I have to remember that these are very specific situations in very specific cities. Most of the US is still fine. They're still, carrying on with their lives, still doing what they can. But I think some of the stuff that can help end this is if we end the lockdown, let people go back to their jobs so they can be distracted from all this shit, although some of them are professional activists, so it won't really do much for them. But yeah, there's a lot more we can be doing to stop this shit, and it's just not happening at the moment because, again, any response from the police is seen as an authoritarian stomping down of rights, when really you don't have the right to destroy other people's property. You have the right to peacefully protest, and that word's been thrown around so much it's meaningless now. A guy standing in front of a burning building calling it a peaceful protest is, the biggest example of idiocy that we have. But that about does it for me for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and leave your comments in the comment section down below. Do you guys live in any of these cities? Is it all right for you to talk against this stuff? And just let your thoughts be known. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Once again, possibly even subscribe as well for more videos like this. Just to be clear, I'm not actually a political channel. I just cover articles that I think I can properly react to or say stuff against. I also do kind of reviews, kind of unboxing, depending on what comes my way. I mostly try to do daily videos and things of that nature. But otherwise, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, take care.